Alright everybody, welcome to the stream. It's Fyerluna here. And I am just coming off of being on a more different stream. And very excited about it. Got myself a VOD review for Splatoon 3 over on Squid School. It was great. 10 out of 10. Would do again. I had a lot of fun, so I'm in a super good mood. Alright, now. Last time, on Guild Wars 2, we were running around the map, making a beeline for some level 70 story. And we did. We went down, and we sorted out... We got Fort Concordia set up. Ignore all these weird thorns. It's unrelated to what we were doing. We got Fort Concordia all fixed up and set up. And, yeah. Now we're out here, running around exploring the map, at least a little. Like I said, ignore all that. Those weird pointy things aren't relevant until Season 2. But Living World Season 2, rather. And the fact that there is a sparking mess there where a waypoint used to be is also relevant in Season 2. This hasn't really technically happened yet. But that's the risk we run when we're in Central Tyria. Sometimes we see things that haven't happened yet. Because the maps aren't instanced that way. Some places they are. A lot of the LS1 content is instanced in that way. Because when they re-added it to the game, for a long time it wasn't part of the game at all. When they re-added it to the game, gracious. It was much later along in the game's life. Like, that is recent, within the last few years. Alright, so, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off by doing some map completion, because of course we are. I am partway through completing Timberline, which is where I am. And then we are going to see if anybody's up to doing dungeons, which means I'm going to have to complete Frostgord's sound, among other things. Hello, Grawl. Goodbye, Grawl. I am now a real virtuoso. I sneaked away to do some hero points on a later map. On a later story-related, X-Pack related map, rather. So now I'm a real Condi virtuoso. Also, as you can see, in the night, my feeties glow. Silvari kick up their feet when they run, so you can see their little glowy toe beans. Which are precious. Anyway, this means I do a whole lot of damage from bleed. That's where my primary DPS is going to come from. Now then. Grawl, please. Please. Grawl, settle down. We're not doing this whole event. We don't need the experience from it, and the hard NPC is not invincible, but they can handle it, I'm sure. They're fine. Now, what I am here for is to get this not really a waypoint. There we go. And then I'm going to head back to Fisher's Eye Bridge, and we're going to get some stuff that I missed because I made a beeline down there for the story. Okay. Lab experiments. If I remember correctly, the best way to do this is actually up here. I could have run up here by running up the side of this building, and yet I got on my sky scale anyway, because that's a force of habit. Oh, hi! I'm doing really well tonight. I got to be on Squid School. Got to go to school! Learn how to be a good squid. I'm an octopus, but it works out. The trick is, don't be visible. Be sneakier. Thank you! I tried very hard to make sure that I would be okay. Come on now. There we go. That jump is something that you can make normally, it's just glider helps. Alright, now if I remember correctly, I can just come up here and smash these and it should be fine to finish up this heart. Oh, I guess there's a gun somewhere I need. Probably. Alright. Huh. Weird. I thought they'd all be from the same guild. Usually when people are camped out there, they're after a guild bounty that wanders around here called Tumult. Yeah! Welcome to the stream. I do got this. Where is the heart vendor? That is probably who I will get a gun from if I'm gonna get a gun. Okay. Gas guns, teleporters, and experimental staves. Okay. I need gas guns. Naff. We're looking for somebody in here what's named Naff. You there! You look like a person named Naff. There we go. We're gonna go kill spiders. I did! I learned many cool lessons. The most important lesson I learned is that, despite the fact that I have a ginormous weapon that I can swing like a ginormous hammer, I should be invisible about it. And I am much too visible about it quite often. Which, you know what? Fair! I am! Getting on the bird. That's fair. That's kind of why I do this stream about halfway through the week. Well, halfway enough. Because it's chill. I like it. Hi! Welcome to the stream. It's much more chill over here. At least tonight, anyway. There we go. Bugs. Oh no. Of course. But doing this fills up like half the heart, so it works out really well to do this first, and then go do the teleporters and stuff. Poisoning things is my shtick. Knives. There we go. Ooh, an octopus fact. Ah, I know the perfect octopus fact. So, an octopus doesn't have a tongue exactly. This isn't true of all of them. Certain types of deep sea octopi have what we might consider a tongue. But that doesn't mean that they can't taste. Octopi have taste buds in all of the suckers on their tentacles. Which is really weird, but kind of cool, actually. Alright, now we can leave. No, what? No? Okay. This is normally how you make it here without a glider. Now we can leave. Nope! We're leaving. No spiders in this house. None of that. Ooh, delectable birthday cakes. I'll take that. As I clunk directly on my face. Ooh, shark facts are also good. Okay, we don't need this gun anymore. Oh, right. I can't forget to get the thing in the back here. It's actually in the back of this. It's the lab. Part of the lab, anyways. And I forget it almost every time, because it's underground. There's a couple of other spots like that too, that are in this map specifically that I forget because they're underground and I don't remember that they're there. This is Researcher Wick. So this gate goes to a gate in Caledon Forest, which is all the way over here. In Maybon Market, there's an event that will come up from time to time where the gate that's there will open up and weird things will come out of it. We're at the other end right now. You can't travel through it or anything, but it is pretty neat that they took that random event and said, you know what?
Greetings and salutations.
And said, you know what? Let's go. Oh, Choyas! Dancing Choyas! How cute! I am delighted by this. Let me see if I can get a good and proper view of them. I'm gonna clap for them. Wait. Clap's not a thing anymore. What do you mean unknown command? Clap is a command in Guild Wars 1. Oh, they're so delighted. I've seen that for a while scientists had a hard time figuring out where that buzzsaw sort of protrusion went. Okay. I'm actually gonna run back up on that shark. We're gonna beetle up. Because I hit level 80, and that was my rule. Those were the rules. Hit level 80, you get your level 80 things. So we're just gonna beetle up. I probably won't sky scale every single place. A lot of sky scales around here. A lot of sky scales. Because there's gotta be. How can we not just fly everywhere at all times forever? I'll come back south in a second. I need to get this waypoint or I will be very sad. That door leads to Mount Maelstrom. We will go there a little later. Not today. It's a very big map and I don't like going there. Oh, actually I have to go there a little later. There is a dungeon in it that I need. Oh! I know how that happened. The reason that happened is because when you stick around for a raid, you get 300 channel points, whatever the channel points happen to be called. Let's go wake up these drunks from the moot. They're so drunk. Get up. Who else around here is just passed right out? Skrit. Skrit, don't be drunk. Yeah. Skrit, stop being drunk. I got brain knives to put in your brain. Oh, fun fact. Drunk is an actual status you can have. It's this one. And it will make you do things like miss your attacks. It'll also do cool things to the screen. Like make it kind of wobbly and weird. Oh, I'm doing an event apparently. I didn't even realize. Well, that's what they get. Oh yes, very well. Hydrate first. Hydration. It's true. I gotta do a little stretch anyways. Yeah, there we go. See, that's how we keep That's how we keep ourselves in order. Skrit! No, Skrit, don't! Don't do it! You're too drunk! You're too drunk! Oh no! Okay, good. Once they become allied, that becomes fine. Oh, it's one of these where there's a ton of them and you just have to find them all. This'll work. This'll work out. Nice. Isn't that also one of the very first, jawed fish? Or at least the first one we have strong fossils of, on account of it had slightly more than a little bit of cartilage going on in its face. Skrit! Got brain knives for you, Skrit. Where are you, boy? There you are. Skrit, please! Little fellas, don't do this. There we go. That solved that pretty nicely. Oh, Skrit. Am I meant to eat this? Sample beer and roasted meat on a stick and get slackers back to their post. You got it! I can eat meat. I love eating meat. Also, that music note effect that's happening around me and the footprints that I'm leaving behind are the result of my legendary focus. You will not get that right away at the very beginning of the game. It took me quite a bit to get that. That's why one of my win conditions for this game is to get all of the Generation 1 legendaries. Because they're still pretty hard to get. Delicious meat. Oh! Oh no! You shouldn't. I shouldn't have anything that would lead you to that. My goodness gracious. Are you okay? That's wild! Twitch, what are you doing? Well, we can all blame Twitch for that. And Twitch's tagging system. There shouldn't be anything like that, now that I think of it. Was that the plush bird? One moment. I have to show you all the best mount. One of my favorites. Yes, it is. It is. This is a mount that you can get in game, a mount skin. This is a plush little chickadee. I expect you made up that third thing. If that's true, it's probably the just chatting tag, which I tag onto my Guild Wars 2 streams on account of that's what I'm doing here. They're not terrible exciting. It's probably folks in the, like, the hot tub stream mode. Which is, for some reason, super popular. Oh, wait. I said for some reason super popular, and then I thought about it for, like, 20 seconds and went, oh. Figured it out. But yeah, I put that on my streams because, on my Guild Wars 2 streams specifically, because that's legitimately what I'm doing. This takes practically negative brain power to do, so I can focus a bit better on chat than if I'm playing, something like, Splatoon, where I definitely can't. Okay. Oh, right, I have to get into White Paper Hill. I forgot. It's not entirely their fault. They were sold the idea that There's a subset of people that were sold the idea that they were entitled to certain things, and now they don't have them. They don't know who to blame. And instead of blaming the people that sold them that idea in the first place, they went for the people who that how to put it? Ah, that's for something else. I'm not going to pick that up. Instead of going after the people who sold them the product, I guess in this case, the ideal way to be, they went after effectively they went after the product they were sold, which is weird because like who's going to beat up their who's going to beat up their television and smash that when it doesn't work? You take it back to the manufacturer and you cause them problems normally. Anyway, I have a lot of feelings on the subject. That goes in here. Ah, I see. Put some of these metal bars. Scrit, you need to keep your house clean. I know your house is a cave, but tidy up, okay?
You bring me something?
No, I didn't. I've got a metal bar, though, that I need to take back to a scrap metal bar. Scrap metal. Why is there just a random Jotun greatsword laying around? Scrit, what did you do? Ooh, platinum. I can always use more platinum. Everybody likes more platinum. Click, click, click. I love rich veins of any metal. They give you 10 instead of the usual 3. Which, super helpful. Where are the drunk scrit? There's usually a bunch of drunk scrit around here. Actually, I know what I need to look for. I need to look for the guild challenge, because that's the way I normally get there. So there's a guild challenge that takes place in this cave where you protect scrit flags. And it's one of my favorite ones, because it's actually not that complicated. You just spread out to each of the flags and waves of enemies come at you until you stop them. Let's see if we can find any lazy scrit, any drunk scrit. There is a tunnel, there's drunk scrit down, I just need to find it. I'm not great at navigating this place. Not great at all. Source, I'm back where I came from. Alright, alright, I'll put metal bars away. They clearly need my help. Let me up. Okay, probably just gotta go north. Well, wait, how do I normally get into the guild challenge? Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of the wrong heart. Oh dear, that's a lot of octopus facts to redeem. Alright, let's get you double octopus facts. Let's see, what have I got? Now, I'm pretty sure that I've already told you about multiple brains and multiple hearts in octopi. Oh! So, not all octopi can regenerate their tentacles. Some can, though, and those ones are delicious. It's also impossible to farm them, though, because octopi are incredibly solitary creatures. They are so territorial that they will start wars about it. Oh, I filled this. What am I doing picking up metal things? I can leave. Hi, Bloom! Let's see. Fact number 2 about octopi. Ah, I know. One of the things that separates octopi and squids, besides the mantle bone that squids have, is that... Yeah, you can't hit me like that! One of the things that separates octopi and squids is that octopi have soft suckers that have taste buds in them, more or less, whereas squids have sharp little pinpricks inside of their suckers to help them hold on to things. Oh, it's this part with the Ettins. What that ends up meaning is that if you're grabbed by an octopus and you take the suckers off, you're probably going to be okay. You're just going to have some weird sort of bruises that look like you went and did the weirdest cupping. But if you are instead attacked by a squid for some reason, you are gonna, and you try to rip that tentacle off, you are gonna lose parts of your arm. Yes. Yes, this is Guild Wars. Now I will make the Guild Wars Dragon Age joke because I think it's funny. If you told me that there were 2 games, one called Guild Wars and one called Dragon Age, and you told me that one of those games was about rival political factions, intrigue, and the movements of those groups and your place in them, and that the other one was about slaying dragons, I'd be really mad to find out which one was which. And that is because this is the one about slaying dragons. Dragon Age is about internal politics and stuff. Yeah, that's the joke. Dragon Age is about internal politics, whereas Guild Wars 2, between rival factions, that, in fact, they refer to as guilds. And this game is about slaying dragons. They got opposite names, is all. Yeah. That joke I found on Tumblr in, like, 2014. And I've kept it with me ever since, because it's really funny. At least to me. Alright, Ettins, that's what you get. I love Ettins a lot. They're weird, but I like them. Okay, now we can leave this part of town, where it's dangerous. I'm getting on my dragon. I don't need this. This is my good dragon. I actually do want to go that way. Ah, yes, the game of can my squid scale, can my sky scale stand on this? The answer is often yes. Alright, let's get back down to the ground. I'm not going to go everywhere on a sky scale. That'd be silly. Right, I remember this part. I remember what I'm doing here. Oh, I must have already done that. These risen eruptions are tied to a heart. I just forget which one. And apparently I've already done it because if they were tied to a heart and I was still needing to do it, it would have lit up by now. The risen are the zombies I'm dealing with in the story mode. Ah, yes, I can't forget the 2 caves that are over here. Oh. Alright. Have fun modding. What am I being held in place by? Mosquitoes! Oozes! Please! The 16th? Oh, Pikmin 4 is going to be great. It's not a game that I can play for myself because I'm not very good at Pikmin. But it is a game that I have a friend who's going to play IRL for me. He's not a streamer, but by golly, he's going to play that video game for me like he is one. I'm very excited. I've seen the dog, and the dog is precious. And I need to see more, but no spoilers in this house. We don't do that. Golem, get up! Get up, buddy! Get up! Come on! Let me... Oh, wow, he just blinked out of reality. Okay. Skelks, right. You break targeting when you're in stealth. Skelks! Why are you like this? That's right, you get bleed! Even in this game, I feast upon the blood of my enemies. Oh! Yes! Good! Art supplies! That's gonna be so good! Oh, I am 100% ready for art supplies challenge. I think one of the challenge times is even during when I normally stream anyway. So that's gonna work out really well! Oh, I am ready! I've been to summer school. I've got things to practice. We're ready to go. This is gonna be great. Risen. Risen, stop it. Golems. Golems, I know you're NPCs and all, but please, watch your knockback there, fellas. I should go back here and help this guy out. This will help fill the heart on account of all these Risen. And it'll make this place a little less dangerous and annoying to deal with. If this event completes. Alright, there's somebody there doing it. You only really need one person for this kind of thing. Nope, we don't care about you, Risen. Goodbye. Good places to be. This place used to be a dwarven city. If I'm remembering correctly, and maybe I've lost my mind, but I'm pretty sure I'm remembering correctly, you could get here in Guild Wars 1. There's a few places in Timberline that you could get to in Guild Wars 1. Oh, bamboozlers. Alright, there is a cave around here somewhere that I'm looking for that I need to get at. I got stuck on the terrain again. My greatest enemy is the terrain. Where's the entrance to this cave? Oh, actually... I think it's down here. We're gonna find out. There's two caves that I'm looking for, and one I always miss, and one I don't usually. There's one that's called, like, Candlelight, or Candle Chimney, or something like that, and I usually miss that one. It's not in here. Risen! Risen, please. Zombies, come on. Come on, fellas. You gotta know by now. This ain't gonna work out. There's a lot of bleed that I can do. A lot of numbers are coming out of you that you don't want coming out of you, because I do Condi damage. Look at that! All those little numbers added up. There might be a bamboozler main in the world. Every weapon is somebody's main. Probably. Where's that cave entrance? Ah, there we go. So you can see why I have a tendency to miss this cave. I know it's here. And yet, I still often miss it. Ah, gosh darn it. The terrain, once again. My worst enemy. Wait, what? Oh, right. There's a tiny little spot here. And this goes through to what I'm looking for. And I think that someone has politely killed all the... Oh. Well, it's here again. Yeah, you can eat knives. Delicious brain knives. Gotta put them in ya. Again? Again? Why? Why must I suffer? Something isn't right about my build. I still have blurred inscriptions on, and that doesn't seem correct. While I'm communing with this place of power, I gotta go check. I gotta go check Metal Battle. Meta Battle. Meta Battle is the place to go for Guild Wars 2 builds. Or at least to get you a good idea of what you want to do with them. Yeah, there's no way this one's blurred inscriptions. Unless it does. Yeah, not at all. Phantasmal Force. Dissolution, Shatter Storm. Yeah, I definitely have some wrong traits on. Oh, yeah, I still have Inspiration on instead of Dueling. I am not getting nearly as much bleeding out of this. Yeah, up, down, up, up, down, up. Phantasmal Force, interesting. Let me double check and make sure everything's here. Yep, this is the correct build. Okay, Phantasmal Force it is. There we go. Fixed it. Alright, moving on to somewhere new. Oh, I still haven't got the cave that is here. Oh, where's the entrance to that? Oh, maybe it's right there. Mark that. And in fact, waypoint out, because I don't remember how to get back out of this cave either. There have been a ton of thunderstorms. Like, it just rained here for weeks straight. And it did not show signs of stopping. Is that the cave entrance or is it up higher? You know what? I might sneak backwards to the cave that's up here. Nope, that is the cave entrance. You can see why I missed this one too. You can go in here. Yep, candle chimney. Miss this one every time. Crate! I hate crate. I hate them more in Guild Wars 1. Anyway, the important thing is we're in here. I think there's something up here. There might not be anything. Oh, there is. No! No, there isn't. Oh, that's an even more different cave! Why? Why must I suffer? Ignore the fact that my skimmer is a bird and underwater. Pay no attention to the fact that this bird is underwater. Oh, I can't get out of here like that. This was designed before mounts were, so sometimes you can't go places that you normally would be able to. Because the spot you're trying to go is too small. Hey, it's Tumult! Uh-oh. I'm just gonna let the map know where he is. Because Tumult is hard to find and annoying to fight. So, that is a... Where'd he go? Well, it doesn't matter. That is a guild bounty, and nobody likes having to find guild bounties. Oh, hi, Axel Zach! Oh, yes, you certainly should get some rest. Thanks for coming by anyway, but go to bed. Yeah, I'm just chilling with the Guild Wars 2 stream tonight, as usual. I'm looking for a cave. It has a hero point in it, and I never can remember where this cave is. I thought I found it, but I did not. So I'm gonna have to go back up and look around a bit more and see if I can track down this mystery cave. There it is. We figured it out. We scienced it out. Mystery cave. It's full of Grawl. Oh yeah, that's the hero point, alright. I'm still coming down off the high of being on Squid School. That was very exciting. I had a lot of fun. I've got a lot to practice. But that can come later. Right now, I need to be chill. A little bit more calm. Veteran! Go away, Grawl. Go on home with ya. That's right. Bleed for everybody. I built a build that's entirely focused on making you bleed. Or at least leech some health out of you. Alright, Veteran Grawl Shaman. We're going right for it. Oh, the DPS is legendary. There we go. Now we're fancy. We painted ourselves up. That lasts for a little bit, not long. Alright, I don't need to be in there anymore. Where do I need to be next? Probably around that little spot. No, let's go in from Nomoa Lake. How'd you do with so much Splatoon today? Yes! Fist bump! I love a good fist bump. Right. Gonna take the skimmer. Nope, we stay on the water for the skimmer. I guess I could have just, like, ducked down there and got that. This'll lead me to the same way. Oh, there we go. Skimmer is slower on land because it is a water-based creature. Ignore the fact that mine is a bird. I really like the hummingbird design. Oh, nice! Congrats on the rank up! We'll just... Oh, I guess we won't. Man, the walls are so good that they're invisible. Ho ho! Let's put my sky scale back on. We're burning up zombie corpses. Yeah! Way back in May, somebody by the tag of Agent 4 donated enough to Gem to get a bunch of free lessons for, like, folks in the community. And so that's what he's doing all summer. Because there were 24 of them. And that's where I was just before this. Over on Squid School, getting VOD reviewed. It was super exciting. I had a lot of fun. Gem's fantastic, 10 out of 10. Super good at... Ah! Frog! No! Why? Why are you... Well, alive isn't the right word. Active. Terrible. Monsters. Super good at pointing out the things you need to work on, and the things you did well without you feeling like, you know, bad about it. I got a lot to work on. I gotta remember to work on my jump shots. I know I should be using jump shots. I practice them regularly. I just never remember to use them while I'm in actual combat. And perhaps to be stealthier and count on my team to paint for me. That's why Roller is inconsistent, because I need my friends to paint for me. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot, anyways. And it also means that, we got to play some Rainmaker matches. Rainmaker is my weakest mode, but... You know what? It was still a good time. Did I get that? Yeah, I got that. Right, I've got to go in the actual fortress. I almost forgot. Not again. I set you on fire. You're supposed to be... dead? Again? Second dead? More dead? Stop this, corpses. Which reminds me that I'm grateful that Guild Wars 2 didn't do the thing that Guild Wars 1 did. Guild Wars 1 has a lot of very niche interactions. And one of those things that it has is certain things don't work. You cannot, for instance, poison a skeleton or a rock golem or anything like that because they can't be poisoned. In Guild Wars 2, they sort of started with that idea. There are places where you go in and you can't blind an enemy called a dredge. Because dredge are mole people. They don't have eyes, they can't see anyway. Thankfully, after a while, they went, wait, no, hold on. We shouldn't be removing people's whole ability to do stuff. And that was good. But there's things like you can't burn a fire elemental. You can now, in some spots, but you couldn't for a long time. I'll have to show you guys the spot you can stand in lava for no reason. It's not no reason. You can stand in lava because it's in a starter area, and they put it there as decoration, and people were dying to it. So they changed that one spot. Ah, there's a good corpse. Ah, I see. It was the rare sunny day here today, which also meant it was 38 degrees Celsius. Which is not what I want. That works out to... Oh, what is that? What is that in freedom units? Bear with me a moment. 110 or 15? Something like that? It's big. Whatever it is. Wait, no, I don't want to go north. What am I doing? I've already been north. Oh, yes, I want to go back to Milagran's Grotto. Technically that's probably closest. We'll get on the jumping puzzle train. Not going for that Champ Crate Witch. Don't feel like it. Where was the entrance to Milagran's Grotto? Timberline Falls has a lot of places that you're just going, how do I get in there? Where was this cave? That's basically 90% of this map. What do you mean, crate? Oh. The event's up. There's no heart in here. But I can help out. I don't want Quaggons to get captured. And I might as well use my sweet legendary spear. I worked hard for this. This is mine. It belongs to me. That's right, crate. Goodbye. To the west. I don't know which way is west. Thankfully, it's marked on the map for me. There we go. Oh, sweet. My shatters work underwater. That's nice of them. Oh, does Thousand Cuts work underwater too? I hope it does. Crate! Where are you going? Where are you going? Alright, fine. Nice. Oh yes, blood in the water. Of course I'd got that. Blood in the water is a repeatable achievement you get for killing Crate. It's related to something in Living Season 3-ish or so. Hup. Now, I can't remember the way from here. But there is a jumping puzzle in this cave called Coddler's Cove. Not in this cave. That'd be a weird jumping puzzle. We'll see if I can remember it. This cave, despite my inability to find it, is one of the first places that I got to do some good, solid in-game role-playing with some friends of mine that I have an RP group with. So that was a lot of fun. Let's clean up the inventory before I forget. Nice. Wait, I moved them out of the thing they were in. Oops. Those are for me for later. All right. Moving right along. I got places to be. Oh, what? Is that just down from here? Is that what we're doing? What is this? Point of interest is this? Mysteries! Wait, what? Why is the hero point behind me now? Oh, right, right. I remember where I'm going. Come on. There we go. Sometimes you just mash your face at something until you go up. No, this isn't it either. Then it is under the water here somewheres, and I forgot to go to it. Or it's on the shelf, maybe? Is it this Quaggan right here? Yeah, it's this Quaggan right here. Alright, friendo.
Quaggan likes you.
That's so sad. That's so sad, Quaggan. I hope Alexa can play Despacito for you. In your new home. Let me see if I can find the way into Coddler's Cove, because I never remember these things. Y'all, my sense of direction is questionable at best, and I never remember my way into things like this. Eh. Nope, not that way. Definitely in here, though. I know it's in here. I just need to find the entrance. Scales, please.
Here I come.
Oh, right, right. I remember now. I remember where I'm going. Maybe. Potentially. Possibly. Excuse me. I would like to go up, thank you. There we go. Up. Aha! Maybe? Maybe. Is it like... Was it like this? Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. I'm onto something now. No, I'm not. Dang it! Well, I can't remember the way in. Oh, because it's over here, isn't it? Probably. Oh well, I'll figure that out another time. We'll go on a jumping puzzle tour and I'll, bring a mesmer. I don't need an Aether Blade cache. What am I missing? 2 points of interest. On opposite sides of the map. Alright, let's start with this one. It's got a waypoint nearby. Okay. Wait, is this the... But I thought I'd got that one. Is it the falls? It's probably the falls then. Yeah, it's the water. I thought it was the head, but the head is one and I did get it, but... Alright. And the one back from Fisherside Bridge that I forgot to get, which I think is a Jotun settlement. I love having mounts in this game. Like, it's great. This is a raptor, despite the fact that it is colorful and done up like a chocobo. Ignore that. There we go. I do like using my gem store skins. Because I put effort into getting them because you can trade... Yes! A Black Lion key! Because you can trade in-game currency for gems, which is the paid currency. So hypothetically, you could earn everything you need from that. Alright. Timberline's all done. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna go all the way up to Frost Gorge. That's gonna take some getting to. Because the next dungeon that we need to do is Honor of the Waves. I think. Yeah. The next dungeon we need to do is Honor of the Waves. So I'm gonna go all the way to Frost Gorge. Now what that also means is that I'm gonna have to complete Wayfarer Foothills to get up there. Because Wayfarer Foothills has an entrance right there that goes straight into an endgame zone from a beginner game zone. As you do.
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
Now, if I get there in time, and we won't know if I will, if I get there in time, then I'll go give the dungeon a try. Honor of the Waves is a dungeon where all of the enemies are... Well, they're chonky lads. Raven's Riddles! Oh, it's almost over. Oh, dang it. I love this event. Those Raven statues light up, and then you get to answer their clever riddles. Their clever ruses. It's my favorite event. It's legitimately one of my favorite events in this game. I love it a lot. Was this the one? Yeah, you have to jump down to this, and I don't remember how to get up to it without gliding. I just glide over usually. Oh, yeah, there's a post right there. Oops. I legit just fell. There we go. Alright, we're gonna go do this heart the old-fashioned way, unless I can somehow trigger Raven to tell me their riddles. Raven. Raven. Guess not.
I'm ready to roll.
Oh, we're gonna put all these eggs in nests then. Alright. These raven eggs are also valuable for someone crafting a staff called Nevermore. It is a really cool legendary staff that has a sweet ghostly raven effect on it. It's a staff that you have that has ravens perched in it. And it's super neat. I don't have it because I'm working on all of the first gen legendaries. There you go. You got your eggs back, fellas. But how do I... How do you... No! Oh no! Skyscale, I need your help. I'm rescued. I'm saved. You know what? There's 2 there now. Okay, I will pick up these eggs. Okay. There we go. There's other ways to complete this. To complete this heart. I just like picking up the raven eggs because it's easy. A little easier than destroying Skelk. There we go. Done. Sold. And we've got another key to add to the keys, the pile of keys that I'm going to use when I'm all done the story. The personal story. I'm not waiting until I'm done, like, the entire thing. And I'll just go on a box opening spree. We'll open all the Black Lion chests. Every Black Lion chest I can get my hands on. There we go. Now, let's see, where to next? Technically, I want to go north, but I do also need to complete this map, since I'm on my way through it anyway. Oh no, not a sus tree. I know what's over here. There's a heart. That's Minotaur tracks. We're not examining that. They don't fill the heart. There we go. I love the vistas in this game. I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll say it all day. Oh, that reminds me. There we go. Back to this now. I had to stop and tell social media a thing or two. They needed to know. Oh, so I don't have to go through this whole animation. I can just not do that. I get the points.
I've never been here.
You get the points to fill the heart up here. So you can just do that. As long as you're not in combat. Because you can't switch weapons instantly if you are in combat. Which, sensible. In fact, there's a whole warrior spec that's all about being able to switch weapons faster in combat. Bear! Own your ferocity and you will always be the victor. Thanks, Bear! I do. I own all my ferocity. tasty fish. Oh, right. Oh, he's a little bear cub. He's got this. You got this, buddy. That fish is a little slow moving. If I feed it to Cecil, to Sid, gosh, Cecil's the wrong character from a Final Fantasy series. If I feed it to Sid, I don't know. I don't think it'll go well. Spawn here. Let's get him. They won't pay attention to me. Look at me. Hey, look at me. Wow, that was quick. Ah, also a mesmer. Just a base mesmer. But greatsword? Greatsword will get people. Fella, you gotta be vulnerable sooner or later. Man, these NPCs have it. Leave that bear alone. That's my bear. It's a very cute bear. Okay. We're gonna do the grassy part of this map first, because it's easier. And then we're gonna head up north to do the snowy part of this map. And by the time we're done, we'll get all the way to Frostgorge Sound, and we'll do that one too. Probably. Nope. If there's no heart, it's not worth it. You earned yourself a murder. Summons birds and bleeds? Fella, I do one of those things, and I do it better than you. No, there's no heart over here. Is there a point of interest in that cave, though? Let's find out. Time for science. The answer is probably. Oh yeah, there's something alright. Now the question is that in this cave? Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to die. There we go. So, one of the great things about doing all this map completion now is that, one, I won't have to do it later. And two, when you complete all of Central Tyria, you get something called the Gift of Exploration. And that is required for building Gen 1 legendaries. I'm going to go back out here, because I know where I'm going from here. I'm going to the place where the leopards are. We're going to play with kitties. Little kitties. Gonna have some fun. Oh, the riddle event is up. You know what? It's like my favorite event in the game. I'm just gonna go do it. Yes! We're gonna solve Raven's clever riddles. I can be found on a mountain, yet you can hold me in your hand or walk over me. I will outlive you. Name me. I think this is a rock. Yeah. A mere breath can kill me, yet a spark can bring me to life. My form has the power to dispel darkness. Reveal my identity. Yeah, you're a candle flame. From pain and a scream, I bring newness into the world. From me, all legends begin. Reveal my name. Your birth. I love sunrise and a dream also. Are options here. That delights me. With me, you will never know reason. I will blind you to everything else and drive you to kill your enemy. Your rage. That's not even very particularly clever. I erode rock, break bodies, and consume cities, yet I am necessary for survival. What am I? If you're not water, I would be very sad and upset. I love testing my wits against Raven's riddles. I'm going to answer each of these statues. I come for all who grow, crawl, and walk. I am the perfect hunter. In the end, I am the victor. What is my name? If you're not deaf. Yeah, you're definitely deaf. There's 3 more up here. You can burn me, build a home for me, and carve me. There are countless ways to use me. Your wood. I would not say that you carve fabric. Battles are never fought alone. With me, bonds are never broken. Reveal my identity. A fine mug of ale! No, your loyalty. Oh, but I wanted to answer the last one! Oh, I didn't realize that it would go so quickly. Alright, whatever. Oh, right. I also have to walk up and see Isildur's corpse. I don't remember where that is from here, but it's around here somewheres. Oh, no, wait. No, it isn't. I'm being silly. I think it's on the other side. Up in the snowfields themselves. Right! We're going to play with kitties. Time to play with cats. They're very cute. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. Zoom in. The dredge event. We need to stop them. Dredge. Dredge, go away. That's right. I actually have to go get the ability to be a small cat. One of the things you do around here is become a snow leopard. It's really cute. And you get to play with all the snow leopard kitties. We're gonna do this to suss out some dredge. Now we're a cat. Now where are these dredge at? I see them. Get out of my house! No! Don't just swim through the earth around me. Get out of my house! There we go. That solved that problem nicely. Now we need to resurrect these cute little kitties. I'm gonna run up here after I resurrect this one. I'm gonna run up here because there you get to play with snow leopard kittens. That's the best part of this heart. There's snow leopard kittens up here, and you can play with them, and they're so cute. Look at them, just little guys. You just roll over like little kitties. Aw, he's so cute. Look at that. You can pet the kitty. Sorta. In that you are an adult kitty playing with the kitty. Pet them. Aww, so cute. The usual way to complete this heart is to examine these suspicious bushes and scare animals out and then get those animals, but the dredge event was just up, so we're quick enough like this. Now I'm people again. Okay, where to next? Let's get in behind here, because there's a dredge settlement in behind here that I want to sort out. I think I've got to go around to get to it, though.
Another.
Alright. Moving right along. Doot doot. Hello, waypoint. Doot doot. I'll need that. I'll be back for that point of interest. Right now I want to get into the dredge mine. I would prefer not to have to kill any of you. But he's still shooting at me, though. He wants to kill me. I don't think there's a heart down here. Or, more accurately, I think the snow leopard heart is the heart that I would have needed. But I do think there's a... Oh, right. There's a vista in here. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how to get to it.
Maybe.
It's a mystery! Never mind. I remembered. Probably. Oh wait, it's not here. It's down. It's the one down below. Yep. It's fine. Now, just as long as I don't fall off, I think we'll be okay, because I don't have my sky scale on right now, and it's a pain to get back up here. And Raptor can't rescue you in the air, because it does not have wings, despite the fact that my Raptor looks like a bird at the moment. This is where all the dredge live. All right. Moving on. Remember how I said I'd be going back there? Well, I'm going back there. Just gonna do this the quick way. Places to be. This is a wolf shrine. Can I meditate at it? No. The heart over here is mess up Svanir. Just mess them up. Mess them up good. And so I'm gonna. This has already been taken control of. Usually there are Svanir tents here, and you can take wolves and go over this way. But looks like it's already been taken care of. And we're letting wolf cubs out of the wolf cages. This is the spot that teaches us how to dodge, if we didn't already know. But we already know, so we're not going to worry about that. Nerds to dragon! Dragon's the worst! Nobody likes dragon. I got brain knives to put in the brains of all the people who like dragon.
Energized.
Nobody likes this dragon. That's what they get. Brain knives! Oh, there we go. Now this is a mini dungeon. What we're gonna do, and this may sound silly, but what we're gonna do is run in here, we're gonna try to get that chest, and then we're gonna run out. But we'll have to kill everything that's in here in order to get it. I say that, we're actually just gonna be invincible for a few seconds.
I want that.
Worth it!
That feels better.
It wasn't actually worth it, it was just funny to do that. And now, as long as we murder our way out, we'll be fine. I'm not in combat, I'm leaving. Whee! Can't catch me, I'm on a raptor. Okay, they didn't try to follow me. Now while I'm at this, I'm going to take a look at my mounts. I do love my raptor. But I have so many other raptors I could use. Like a fox! Or a ghost! Or this one! Or just bones! Ow! Or electric! Spooky. That's the regular one. There's a lot of fun dinosaurs I could ride. That one's an ice scale. It's meant to be icy. But I think I'll stick with my bird for now. Alright, where was I going next? Have I done everything down at the bottom? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so north it is. Actually, you know what? I better double check. If I go north and then I end up missing a heart and I didn't talk to the scout, then I'll be sad.
This valley is a sacred but dangerous place.
I missed a heart.
Shrines to the spirits of the wild. You'll be tested by both our enemies and the spirits themselves.
Yeah.
And look
I knew
out
I
for
missed one.
extraordinary chances to prove your courage. You honor us all by acting without being called.
I mean, technically I have been on account of I am a Sylvari. And Sylvari Commander canonically has a wild hunt. It's to fight the dragon. Ah, there we go. I knew I missed this cave. And in fact, this cave has a hero point on the other side of it. It's not lit up because I haven't actually quote-unquote discovered this area, but there is a hero point on the other side. And a point of interest! We're here to fight the bear shaman. She's drunk. Just a little bit.
I pray to the spirits, but they rarely answer.
She's a little drunk. It's fine. Norn can shapeshift into, like, animals, which is cool of them.
I can feel her little tail wagging in my heart.
That's one of my favorite lines in this game. Just, I can feel her little tail wagging in my heart. It just makes me happy. I want it to be nighttime again so I can look cool. Okay. Oh no, wait. It's across here that I want to be. There should be a Grawl cave full of Grawl things that I can steal. Those are Jotun. That's not what I want at all. I must have gone the wrong way for the Grawl cave full of Grawl things that I can steal. I did, because it's right there. That's right. Go on with your Grawl.
Endures.
Now that we're out of combat, we can go back to mashing our buttons. I love that we're just kicking stuff down like this. You don't have to let that channel complete. It doesn't do anything. Which is super helpful. Also, thankfully, these are instants to each individual player, which is why we can do this. And this heart isn't such a pain. Otherwise, it would be very frustrating indeed. Growl! Just gonna 1-1-1 this to give people a chance to hit it themselves. Do do do. All right. Let's see. Are there more Grawl around here for me to try to deal with? There's an event that comes up here from time to time as well, but doesn't look like it's up at the moment. And it doesn't look soon likely either. Bang!
Look at this. So pretty.
Okay, that should be everything down here. Now we can go north. And hopefully, once we go north like this, I'm not going to come back and go, ah, dang, I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, north we go.
I'll pass this along to the pale tree.
I love that it's called Breakneck Pass. Oh, come on, Svanir. Oh dear. Svanir?
Use our road. Positive. Head gold. One way or another.
Oh, can we actually take these guys out now? There we go. I'm a Condi class, so this is going to take about 6 years. Because don't have a lot of power. There we go. Hey, come back! Did I say you could leave? That's right. Oh, it's the bunny heart! Okay. We don't have to do a lot of fighting. So what we're going to do instead is set a portal. We're going to go as far out as we can. We're going to grab this hidden cache of rabbit food. And we're going to cheat.
Spirits of the wild, welcome.
It won't stay open long enough for me to get back to it with this rabbit food. Even with haste. Oh, right! That's why we did that. That's why we did that. Now, can I ride the raptor with this? And the answer, I think, is yes. It is!
Ho, traveler.
Never mind, we won't need the portal strat. There we go. One moment, my cat is apparently screaming. My cat from time to time, if she's not in the room when I'm doing something, gets very sad. And that's normal and okay for a cat. Where are you? But she was apparently loud enough to wake other people, to wake roommates of mine. So, we're gonna carry this back in the old-fashioned way.
Good hunting.
I'm fast as the
By going quickly. And trying to prevent the rabbits that come up from these little rabbit holes from causing us problems by eating the food we're taking back. That's what happened to me that time. Go away. This food isn't for you. I mean, it's eventually for you, but it's not really for you. No, not that one. This one. Okay. That solves that. We're going to go on a long walk to get to that vista that you saw up above. It's a long way from here. Because we got to go all the way around. Well, I mean, technically, I guess we don't really have to go all the way around, but Sons of Svanir. What are you doing, buddy?
Glory rising.
Flying guard or guardian or something? That was weird. Okay. Oh, this heart! This heart's kind of cute. Your job in this heart is to just keep the kids in order. Bunch of children around here. So you pick up some snowballs. And you huck them at children. Like that. There's other ways to fill this heart, but this is my favorite. This isn't even the fastest way to fill this heart. It's just my favorite. Bees! Or, as my favorite Cards Against Humanity card would put it, bees? Bang! That's what they get. Destroyed. Youths. Lead my shot a little.
I've skinned monsters bigger than you.
I mean, yeah, probably. I'm the size of a normal, boring human. Can't believe I'm getting stun-locked by a bunch of children. I do still have to go in there. I can't forget to do that part.
Bear's teeth.
Okay.
Start up this smokehouse and watch these kids.
Okay, that's that done. Now I need to go up. Ah, not quite. I thought Raptor might make it, but not quite. Oh. Juvenile ice drakes! If you're a ranger, that matters to you. I'm not, so I can't tame them. And we're zooming. Oh, yes. The hero point up here is a fight, I think. This is a different vista than the one I was going for earlier. That guy will absolutely aggro onto you basically as soon as you get near this vista, and it's really frustrating. But, it's fine. Okay. There we go. Now this fella here, Blaine the Insane, is real mad that I'm a woman. Yeah, I know you're wearing the colors of Svanir. What makes you so special? It takes a strong mind, heart, and body to follow dragon. That's what we do. Females, and many males, are too soft for it. Too tender. You got something against females? We don't like anyone who's weak. Our time is coming. Our power is rising. Only those who can fly with dragon are worthy of our attention. We're as strong as you. Even if you were, and I've seen no sign of it, we just can't trust your kind. It was a female named Jorah who killed Svanir, our martyr. Sounds like tender Jorah kicked your martyr's butt. And she did. If you play Guild Wars 1, you can help her do it, too. It's very funny. To me personally, that these guys are like, no girls allowed. When he's toast after hardly even a couple of hits. Alright. Now it's back down here to go back up, but in a different direction. I love Raptor. Actually, going up wants a jackal. What's my jackal painted to look like? Oh, it's the mirror one. Come on. Wow, you really don't want to do the little, this thing. I painted it to be the mesmer one. I'm so happy. So, one time I was on my guardian, Quill, and I'd come up here, and I managed to get myself onto that post down there, underneath of the bridge, and I was just standing there chilling, so I wasn't doing anything, and someone came down to investigate me because they thought I was an NPC, and I have never been happier with that than, like, that. To have... to have someone look at me and go, I think they were intentionally designed to be standing here. It was so good. And it is because that post right there is part of a guild mission. Piles of strange... Oh no, we're not doing the strange fur quest. I don't want to. I'm not looking for the jackalope. I don't have to. No one can make me do it. Oh yeah. But I will go back and get Isildur. Unless... Do I have to go over the top of the mountain for this? Yeah, I think I do. Maybe I did have to get it from the other side. Yep. That wall is so invisible. So invisible. What was that preventing exactly? Literally this? I knew it was up here. I knew deep in my soul that it was up here. And I didn't go up here anyway. This is the start of the Norn story. Each map has something like that. That's the start of a story instance that becomes a hero point. You saw the human one. Because I did the human lands. Also, this is really cool. I wish there was a Vista that got you this. You saw the human one because I did the human lands. There we go. Up we go. Alley-oop! And I did Caledon, which has a hero point as well for that. Metrica also has one. I just forget what it is, because I don't play Asura very often. I probably should play Asura more often. They never really grew on me. There was Zin back in Guild Wars 1. He was kind of a jerk, but he was my jerk. So, you know, he was cool. Ooh. That's for making Ascended food. Ascended food is super helpful. It has extra effects on it. So there are different tiers of food that you can make in this game, and you can get food effects from them. You've just earned yourself a murder, sir. Yours! Call an ambulance. Actually, man, just call the morgue. Go straight there. And actually have to come in here. I don't need that runestone for anything. That runestone is part of, I do believe it's part of a quest to get a legendary weapon. I just can't remember which one. Whatever it is, it'll be Gen 2. Oh, no, wait. It might be first generation. Shoot. Is it this way? Yeah, it is.
Sharp blades, sharp
Thank
mind.
goodness for other players. There we go. Lots to see up here. I think it looks cool. Oh, it's dark again. I'm glowing. You can see me glow. So the reason that I picked this outfit is because you can see how the glow links that gold together. And you can kind of see, whoops, you can kind of see the glow coming in through sort of the side bits of the pants. And you can definitely see the gold on the feet. That's why I need invisible slippers, so that I can wear them instead of the orchid boots. And maybe change my pants occasionally from these embroidered ones. I like them. I think they look good with this. But, at the same time, I could have better fashion choices if I didn't have to wear the orchid boots to make my shoes disappear. Anyway, while we're up here, the Jotun are one of the 5 races of Tyria that's previous to us. So back in the day, the dragons arose just like they are now. We know this from the story instances already, that this isn't the first time the dragons have come by. And we know this from Guild Wars 1 as well. This is a jumping puzzle. This is Shaman's Rookery. Not going in here. It's not a bad jumping puzzle, I just don't feel like doing it right now. Whoop. Bye. So anyway, the Jotun are one of the 5 great races of Tyria, or were one of the previous 5 great races of Tyria. They had a dragon cycle to stop themselves at the time, just like we do now. So they all got together with the others to fight Primordus, and then it didn't quite work out. So what ended up happening was the Jotun swore off magic forever. They saw that magic had awakened the dragons, and they said, well, if we don't do any, then no dragons will show up. And now they've kind of been reduced to, well, this. So the Jotun are basically living through, like... I liken it sort of to, like, The Walking Dead, where... or like any other zombie movie, I guess. Zombie movie or zombie thing, because sometimes you get zombie fiction and nobody wants to work together ever for any reason, and that's kind of what happened. Also, in case you're wondering, the other 4, or rather the previous cycle's 5 great races were the Jotun, the Dwarves, the Seers, the Forgotten, and the Mersat. Mersat show up in Guild Wars 1 a bunch, especially during the Crichton Civil War, and I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate them so much that Living Season 3 deals with them. And I hate them so much that even though Living Season 3 seemed a little weird and a little off track and, like, out of left field, it didn't matter to me. Because I just needed to knife a guy. A Mersat guy. He needed a knife in him. He's a leftover from back in the day in Guild Wars 1, and he just needed me to knife him real good. And I'm glad I finally got to plunge a blade straight through whatever passes for a heart on the inside of a Mersat. Anyway, that made me happy. Alright, we're getting there. Oh, did I forget? I did. I forgot a point of interest. Also, there is a world boss on this map. I'll take a quick look and see when it shows up. It's every 2 hours, so... It's not right now, though, because Shadow Behemoth is up right now. Or should be, anyway. It's up at night. Let me see when... /wiki ET is my best friend. Yeah, Shadow Behemoth is up right now. Svanir Chief is up at the quarter past, so I probably, hopefully, won't still be in this map by then. So in half an hour we can see about doing the Ice Elemental. Or rather, the Svanir Shaman. He's had a lot of upgrades and a lot of different, changes to his mechanics. It's been a little while since I've been over there because he's a starter map world boss. But he's still plenty of fun. Okay, we got Lion Guard. We got Lion Guard because this is a Lion Guard place. Excellent! This is good because I need to get to a shop that I might sell some of my junk items. And I have a lot of them. Wait, is that an aqua breather? No. I don't know why I thought it would be. Don't need that. Huh? Why am I choosing something? Well, these are all unlocked. Oh, it must have been a story reward. I don't need that either. Butter! Always need a little bit of butter.
Seek, and you shall find.
I don't need these. They're for, they're technically for quests that gets you legendary stuff. But I don't need them. Now, do I have anything I can put away? Yes.
Oh, traveler.
Let's put those away. I haven't been doing the thing that those are attached to. Just saying. I should, probably, but it has to be done on the tune that, did the story beats, and I don't actually remember which one that was. It was probably my thief. I think she's done all of the story, actually, so even if it wasn't her originally, it probably is her now. So I'll take a look later. My thief is great. 10 out of 10. Alright. Okay, maybe we will be here at the quarter past, still doing this map. And if that's the case, I will go and do Svanir Shaman, aka Ice Elemental, aka... Oh, what's his line? Ah, well. I'll remember it. I probably won't remember it, actually, but we'll see it. Svanir! Who said you could leave?
You continue to live in fear, in open defiance of a greater being. But I ask you this, why fear that which can make you stronger? Why not embrace the ultimate spirit?
Spawn here.
Send your existence and forge your legend with Jormag.
Can I
It's the only way.
talk to you and tell you to stop? Nope, I guess not. He's just sus. I wanted to put brain knives in him. They're knives made out of my brain that I put in other people's brains. So that I can put... so I can put brain knives in their brains. Well, I couldn't even get that one out. Brain times 2. That's what. Double brain. Oh, are these tents up? Yes! Let's go break some stuff. This generally fills the heart pretty quickly because there's usually a bunch of spawnier in those tents, which is super helpful. Yep. Dogs. There we go. There we go. So good. All right, let's get him. Also, don't worry, I'll be right back to my usual energetic self tomorrow. I just like to chill out and do Guild Wars 2 sometimes. This is one of those times. What am I missing down here? It's really hard to see what's going on sometimes on this map. Oh yes, aka Frozen Ma. That's what we're doing down here. Okay. That kid! Oh, that kid. Okay, so that armor scraps event is very close to Frozen Ma, and people, if they're not doing pre-event, will wait roughly around about where that white Mo is standing. Sometimes they'll be a bit closer to the Maw itself. And the fun thing about that is that so events in this game scale with how many players are doing them. If you're collecting a bunch of items like you are for that Tattered Armor event, and there's only one of you, usually it'll only be like 5 or 10 things. Maybe 10 or 15, you know, depending on what you're collecting. And, oh, never mind, there's a heart here. And, one of the things that'll happen, if a bunch of people are waiting for something like a world boss and event comes up, is that you'll end up needing like 100 things. Because the game understands that as, you know, 50 people standing there waiting. And the reason that the game scales items, or scales events like that is so that everyone can participate. No matter if there's one of you or 100 of you. And I like that. Don't need to stay for that. Wait, did I get Tattered Armor for that kid off those? Grawl Berserkers, please. Grawl, please. Grawl. I think I did. Also, you can see what I mean about hearts being real far in range sometimes. The heart that we're doing right now is way over here. I feel like that can't be event stuff for this kid, can it? Oh yeah, it can. Where are you? Where are you? There you are, Ronnie. I guess we are doing this. you go, kid. Have fun.
Anyone help me?
Alright, where are some other signs of Dragon's corruption that are within range of the heart? Like these Sons of Svanir! They're certainly signs of Dragon's corruption. Whoa! Whoa, no. Well, thank you for standing in a nice straight line for me, anyway. There we go. You've earned yourself a murder!
That feels better.
Okay, bye! Okay. Ah, yes, I remember that hero point. Sea monster guy. Sea monster gang! Oh, that's good. That's so good. I love it. Alright, let's talk to the scout. I don't want to miss hearts in a starter map.
I brought my ale down south because Kevok says he's all stocked up. If he's running low on customers, there must be trouble at the mine. Can you see what's happening?
Oh, hello, sea monster guy!
You'd help me out by
Yes,
Kevok's
best
story
gang! I love the sword, and also the look in general. That's really good. Oh, sweet! The axe and the horn, too. Yes! All I've got on this tune is the harp right now. So good. Oh, I don't have the selfless potion on. I love the space axe. That's nice. Oh, yeah. I love the horn. I love this too. I'm out of practice with the harp, but... Nope, that's not right. This is the wrong harp to play that song on. I think it's in the wrong... Yeah, it's in the wrong key signature. Let me get the other harp. Or maybe... Yeah, there we go. Like I said, out of practice. I used to be able to get Fear Not This Night on it. Playing by hand is hard. There we go. Close enough. I love the harp. I love that you can play music on it. You didn't used to be able to. It was a lot of fun. I got this before you were allowed to play music on it, and I'm glad that you can now, because now any of my characters can hold this harp. Yeah, the horn does it, the harp does it. Is there one more? I feel like there's one more that plays music. But it was really nice. Alright, I got maps to complete. Eventually, we're going to get through personal story on this, and all the map completion, because I'm working on getting all of the Gen 1 legendaries. That is my win condition for this game, is get all the Gen 1 legendaries. It's going to take me probably longer than this game. I'm just going for it. I'm a virtuoso. Doesn't matter to me. Haha. Oh, maybe it should matter. Haha, never mind, I'm invincible. Can't stop me.
Fast as the wind.
Boom! The new legendary armor is so exciting. I'm so excited for it, too. Because it's going to be PvE armor, which means that people are going to have good access to it. I mean, yeah, there was raid armor, but that's raid armor. And that's a little bit different. Nope, no worms. No worms in my house. None are allowed. Goodbye, worms. That's fair, too. This is a game called... This is Fashion Wars, after all. It's gotta look good. I said, no worms. I know this is the worms' house, but, they can leave. There we go. The event's not up here? That's too bad. That's fair. The best thing I ever got from raids was Bench of the Final Judge, which is my favorite thing that I've ever gotten from raids. Other than that, I haven't gotten too much from... I got a couple of Ascended weapons. Where is this veteran ice worm? I need to kill it. That thing fills up so much of the heart. So much of the heart so quickly. Whoops, that was not what I wanted. Come on, wormy. Down you go. I know, right? It's so good. I have a Sylvari Necromancer that his whole job is sitting in that throne, judging people. It's also the chair that I use when I judge fashion contests for my guild. I have an Asura named Judge Fa Sheen. Because of course I do. You gotta. He's also a necromancer, but he has 0% of the map complete because I only take him out for fashion contests, so the only places he's been is, the only places he's been are, guild halls. Uh-oh. I forget the way out. That ain't it. My sense of direction is trying its best. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. What a good chair. That's the Key of Adashim chair, isn't it? I forget what it's called. The Worm Eggs event is up. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. I really, really, really want the one from, I think it's Mythrite Gambit, the Pile of Gold. I want that a lot. I never bothered to learn the raid. Although I suppose now that raids have that thing where they're a little bit easier. Let me out. Come on. Worms, please. Yes, that's the one. I really want that chair. I have a Sylvari Mesmer, not this one, but a different one, because I have a lot of characters. In a time before build templates, I'd just make different characters and be done with it. I have another Sylvari Mesmer who is my Chronomancer who just very badly needs that chair because it's gold and red and it would match her nice gold and red aesthetic. Exactly! If you haven't got 30 character slots, what are you doing here? They go on sale so much. And besides, you gotta have one of each class of each race. So you get all the optional dialogue. That's just how it works. And there's so much optional dialogue. Sometimes it's only like a line or two. But I'm an altaholic. I have like 40 characters. 39 maybe, but I have too many. So many I can't keep track. But I love them all. I have a lot of necromancers. You'd think I main necromancer. It's just that I ended up playing a lot of them for various reasons. Especially if I get a fashion idea in my head and I want to do it, but I don't want to do it for one of the necromancers I already have. In that case, I just end up going, well, I'll just make a new one, and, you know, maybe I'll just look at it in the... Exactly. And my personal favorite thing to do is maybe I'll just look at it in the character, like in the Black Lion makeover kit person who lets you preview that stuff now. I'll just take a look and see what I can see. It'll be fine. I won't just make another character. I'll just look and see, and then I've made another character. Probably 2 or 3, actually, by that point. It's like window shopping. You go, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna look around, I'm not gonna get anything. And then you come up with a really cool character, and you go, oh no.
Bad time to be traveling.
Honey's actually a recreation of one of my first Guild Wars 2 characters. I rebuilt her because I really liked her design, but I didn't end up playing her very often because I had another different mesmer that I played more. And now I have the perfect spec for her. Cantha's here.
Welcome guest. I have room in my bags for
There we go.
Hurry now. This is a bad time to be traveling.
Cantha's here, so I can give her a good backstory. And yeah, it's just generally a good time. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That wasn't enough to tip it over? Alright. I guess I'll wake up a drunk. Okay, there we go. Is this a point of interest? Yes.
You're here to join the worm hunt.
Ah, I understand. For reasons, one of the characters that I have is the same one as I got in Guild Wars 2. Or rather, as I had in Guild Wars 1. She got thrown into the mists during that whole business in Alona when Abaddon kind of exploded. Heard Glint calling for heroes and was like, oh, I should go do that. And made it back to Tyria, but, you know, 250 years later. She was a mesmer. She was originally a mesmer necro because mesmer's fast casting made necro wells worth it to use. So I represented that by making her a thief and giving her the alt skill that summons more thieves. Because, you know, there's never enough fleshy corpses around to make necromancer minions out of. Oh yeah, I love it. I especially love taking it into the jungle, because taking it into the jungle was probably the funniest thing I did with it. I just, with the adrenal mushrooms to recharge it immediately, sold. 10 out of 10. It was such a good time. Because then you'd have 6 thieves. Who doesn't love 6 thieves? Hello, Turtle Sea. Welcome to the chat. I'm glad to see a turtle around. We're all sea creatures here. Some of us just live deeper in the sea than others. Exactly. Sea creatures rise up. Thursday night's Guild Wars 2. Speaking of sea creatures rising up, Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday are Splatoon 3. And tomorrow is a Tears of the Kingdom survival challenge that I invented for myself. I don't know why I decided that. Oh, that's just because I'm not always looking at chat. Sometimes I'm busy paying attention to this particular game and not my other monitor. I have a terrible tendency to do that, especially if I'm doing this. But I got you this time. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, Sons of Svanir. Of course I'm fighting Sons of Svanir around the Haven. Someday I'll get to Frostgorge Sound, and then I can do the story mode dungeon. Wait, really? Out here? Oh, right. I don't need that encoded dead drop rate yet. That's LS1 territory. I'm an octopus! I am specifically a Dumbo octopus. That's what the little ears on my head are. They're not so much ears as proto-fins. Because when you're that deep in the sea, it doesn't make sense for you to, It doesn't make super good sense for you to swim in the same way that, octopi up higher would do. Ah, thanks for the follow! And that is true. Squids do sometimes eat turtles. Squids will eat anything they can catch. Oh, I'm outside the heart range. You're not Svanir at all. How dare. Thanks for the follow. Ah. Ooh, an octopus fact. Well, we've already done the octopi have taste buds in their tentacles. Let's see. What else do I have? Ah, yes. An octopus's diet primarily consists of shellfish and other mollusks. Usually the way that they get into them is to grab onto them with their tentacles and then force the seashell open. Oftentimes that rips the seashell clean in half. Now, instead of being like most animals and just leaving that seashell lying around wherever, an octopus will take the empty seashells and put them elsewhere, away from wherever it is that they're living. Where are these Svanir that I'm supposed to be killing? Oh, there's an ice elemental. I guess we can start there. And it looks very much like they're just taking out the trash. It's surprisingly cute. Some people will also occasionally call it doing the dishes. Like, will also occasionally say they're doing the dishes. Especially people who look after octopi. I don't know where these Svanir are at. I'm gonna wait until that event at the Jorah statue comes up. Yeah! Oh, they're grand. Alright. Though I suppose it's an important side note and not exactly a fact. A pet octopus isn't something that people should generally have. It's very difficult to keep them properly if you're going to, and basically impossible in most situations, unless you are an accredited zoo, in which case, or aquarium, in which case, go for it. You know what you're doing. But a private person probably can't keep an octopus. At least not safely. What is this? This is something, isn't it? No. No, I'm being silly. Alright, zooming on. Nope, we don't need that. Oh, I can just go north. Get those Doliacs. Alright, we're zooming up north. I think this is the Doliac cart where you have to cap a bunch of Doliacs with the quote-unquote net. Really what it means is I just run in and mash F until they... Oh yeah, this is the Doliac calf heart. Come on! There we go, we got him. Whoa! No, Doliac, it's the Alpine Skelk I'm after, not you! Oh, don't do this! You didn't want this! I don't want to fight a moose. Oh, I'm gonna get this waypoint, and then I'm gonna go deal with the world boss, because whenever there's a world boss up, especially on a starter map, I like to go and do them. Just if I happen to be in the area. Okay. Where's that escort at? Where are you, buddy? There he is. Okay, so, I didn't show you the start of this, the pre-event, but Scholar Brogan here is here to figure out what the Grawl are so excited about and worshipping. And the answer is dragon. The answer is always dragon. I'm never gonna get a hit in on that totem. Not in a million years will I get a hit in on that totem, but we're gonna try anyway. It's gonna melt. Just you wait. Look at how many people are here. This thing's gonna melt. Instantly. There it goes. Melted. Alright. There should be portals come up. Should be. Yep, there we go. That's the portals. Pow down in despair. Heck you! Okay. Alright, fellas. One at a time. That's not true. I got Pierce. Gotta bring these portals down. Tag each and every one of these portals. I am a Condi mesmer, so actually hurting these portals is not really possible for me. Still got gold. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Every AoE utility. And I have a few, because I'm on a Virtuoso. Condi Vert is really good, and also really easy, and I like that about it. I also play Power Daredevil, and, I used to play a heal Scourge. That's not really a thing anymore, but I still play Scourge, and that's probably the hardest thing that I have in my class list of things that I routinely use. It's a lot more survivable, though. Oh, Steam Deck. I've got a couple of friends who play with controllers, and I can't figure out how they do that. There's still so many buttons. I just don't get it. I have a really nice mouse, though, so that works out for me. Alright. Calm down, sir. Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to chill out. Oh no, I'm gonna have to bust out all the terrible, terrible ice puns that I learned from old Batman movies. Come back here. Oh yeah, that tracks. Oh, in-game chat. This guy takes a lot of hits. Yes, he does. He's about to take a lot of bleed if I can get away with it. I said swap weapons. Thanks. There we go. Oh, somebody's dying. Not today! Not on my watch! Oh. There we go. Get up! You do more DPS if you're alive. Nobody dies. It's my job as the DPS to res people. Oh, enough to block. Dang. Turtle! I do love a siege turtle. Ouch. I'm so proud of myself getting siege turtle. A friend of mine and I just like went to town one weekend trying to get that. Suwon was still busted, so you had to be absolutely on point, and it was wild. We did finally get it, and whoops, that's not what I wanted. We did finally get it, and it was just amazing. I was so happy to have a turtle to run around with. The meta's still difficult, it's just not, like, basically impossible unless you're doing everything perfectly anymore. Whoa! Right, I forgot he does this now. I don't need to be here. No law that says I have to stay. Not like that. Come on. Come on, Svanir. Alright, back I go. I love that cool portal ice elemental thing going on up there. That's neat. Okay, I gotta dodge all these tentacles. Oh, some ranger's got a siege turtle pet. Cute. Are you weak to fire? No, but there's area might now. The way we like it. Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna make it to those nice people. Maybe. Belly rubs for everyone! Alright. Whoop! Belly rubs for everybody. No? Oh no, oh no. It might be. I didn't come, I didn't go out of my way to get here. I was just doing map exploration and stuff. Ah, darn it. So it might be an overflow, but honestly, it's an opening map boss. We're gonna be okay. There he goes. Come on, you need more bleed in you. Not even bothering with a proper rotation because I just didn't feel like it, I guess. My goodness gracious. You got a lot of dead around us or something? No, just a few downed. Hmm. There we go. Now we're getting somewheres. Come on. Oh, here I am dancing around as if I can block shots in this game. Oh man, can you imagine if in Guild Wars 2 you could block shots, like if they had collision or something? That'd be awful. Maybe. I mean, the update that made him harder... The update that made him harder did make him a lot harder. It's just... I don't remember it taking this long. But also, like... I don't think people were here on purpose for this. I don't see a tag or anything. I think this is just... It was up and people went, oh, I could do Ice Elemental. Spawn your chief, Frozen Maw, what have you. And then we did. Oh wait, I have auto loot. What am I doing? Oh, I hadn't done that one yet for Proof of Legend. Better play Inventory Wars. Don't care about these. I've got gobblers. They'll gobble them up, but I've got so much of them. Do I have any of these? Are they etched? Nope. They're not etched. They're not worth it.
Look at this. So pretty.
Alright, moving on. Back to... my delicious little Doliacs, who are definitely not going to the next map over to be eaten at Meattoberfest. Certainly not. The next map over... they're not going to Butcher's Block, the next map over, to be consumed. Obviously not. We would never. Come on, come on! Dang it. Dang it! Doliac too big! Okay, that's one Doliac calf done. But just keep mashing F eventually. Eventually you'll be caught! There we go. No skelks? Okay, good. No skelks? Come here, little buddy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright. They got their little guy marching orders. Where are they going? Do they have to make it all the way to that? I guess they must. Oh yeah, they've got to get all the way to the other map. Does this fill up the heart if they do? Or do I have to go catch another? Nope, I have to go catch another. Well, sorry, Doliac parents. These are mine now. It's Doliac veal time. Ah! Come on. Come on, little fella. There we go. Okay. Now I can leave. That's not what I'm up here for. Ooh! Spawnier's Dome. Let's go. I got places to be, apparently. And I gotta get there fast. Because there is a heart over here, and it's a lot easier to fill on this event. Oh yeah, right. I have to go get this too. Well, I'm thinking of it. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh! When I first started playing before there were gliders, I jumped off this thing, not realizing I couldn't. because one of my friends had runes of snowfall on. So when he jumped off, he survived because he was a guardian with runes of snowfall on. When I jumped off, I just kersplatted completely. It was... He was in the process of saying, "Don't follow me," while I was falling through the air. Alright. Where are these spawn here? Are they in the cave?
Looks like we've got some soldiers in trouble. Get in there and help. Nice of you to join us, Tails.
What is happening here? Where are you, spawn ears? I'm trying to fill my heart here. Come on. Who said you could leave? I sure didn't. Alright, spawn here. Calm down. Come back here. So many spawn here. Ah, that was a Reaper, alright. Oh, I forgot to play the beta weekend. Oh well. Am I allowed in? Oh, nope. Woo! If that door's locked, Lion Guard are definitely gonna open it up with a foot key. That's what I'd do. And I'm the commander. I forgot how long it would take me to just get to the dungeon I'm trying to get to. Oh, there's some spawn here. I love that dagger is ranged, and so is greatsword on a mesmer. It's great. That's right, Spawnier. You don't get to leave or live at all. Come on back here, fellas. Lion Guard, where are these Spawnier? This is bizarre. They're not the ones we're killing in the camp. Maybe they are. Maybe it's just that there's a few of us here. That could do it. Wow. That's right, Spawnier. You're leaving. Of all the sort of villain groups, Spawnier I hate probably the most. Don't know why. I just hate them. And it's not even just that they're like super anti-women. It's not even that. Because if that was true, then I'd hate the Flame Legion just as much. And I don't like the Flame Legion, but I don't hate them like I hate Spawnier. There we go, buddy. Get out of here. Haha. Oh, heart's full. I don't have to stay here. I feel like there's a point of interest that I need, though. Nope, it's already got. Good. I can leave. Haha. I don't need to stay here. I got places to be. Spawn here, please. I don't want to... Listen, the only reason you didn't earn yourself a murder right there was because I was on my sky scale. That's literally it. Otherwise, you'd have earned yourself a murder right there. Okay. Now, let's look at this map. Oh, I missed the one waypoint I needed. Let me go back and grab that. This will be Craigstead.
Can't wait to see it all.
I don't need to go in there right now because it's not living season 1. Where is the cave underneath of Cragstead? There. We're gonna go get this. We're gonna come back for it because I want to get this first. Almost done with this map. Then I'll go north to Frostgorge. And I may not get to the dungeon tonight. I was going to try. I'm still going to do story mode of Sorrow's Embrace. I'm very determined to do the story mode dungeons as well. I skipped doing... Or not Sorrow's Embrace. Gosh. What is that Kodan dungeon called? Oh, no. I want my mail. Man, that took about 60 years to commune with. Hello, veteran. You can leave. Goodbye. There we go. Need my mail carrier. Not Crucible. Honor of the Waves. That's where I'm headed. Right. I knew that. 12 out of 15 hearts? I know where one of them is. But goodness gracious, I don't know where the others are. Gonna have to talk to some scouts. That Jorah event's probably not up, so let's go see if I can find some Svanir lying around. They've got to be around here somewheres. Svanir, Svanir. There you are. Can I beat up Dredge about it?
Sharp blades, sharp mind.
Well, I'm accidentally beating up deer and stags and such, but can I beat up Dredge about this? Oh, I'm a little far. Does that count? No. No, it does not. Dredge don't count. They are not dangers around the map. Yes! Oh, the event is up. Good. This is like that one place up by the monastery in the human realm. Ah, perfect. 10 out of 10. Let's get these Svanir sorted out. Making it so much easier on me. Oh, they're all up. Everything's up at once. Goodness gracious, is that shrine still within range? I bet it is. You can't have it. Jorah's too cool for you. Yeah, we're still in range. There we go. I think I can run back and forth between these two events pretty decently. Oh wow, they're all in here. They really did just all run in here the second... Alright, get out of here, Svanir. Actually, I think I might let that Jorah shrine fail, because if it fails, it gives people more to do. We got some Svanir out here? Yeah, we sure do. Oh, Svanir. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Swoop. Come on now. Yay! That's all done. Okay, now let's see. Where are these hearts that I'm missing? Oh, point of interest directly south of me. I don't think they're going to light up because I probably haven't actually found them yet. Yep, that's lighting the scout down here by this waypoint. Alright, what did I miss this time? I always miss something.
It's not just the wind and the snow that test you out here.
Okay.
If you're seeking a challenge, take the road north out of the valley. Beware the sons of Svanir. Their dragon carts and
Wait, really? There's one right out there. Oh, that's the Jotunheart where you trade and barter with them. I remember that one. And that's the dredge one. Okay, okay, I know where I'm going. That dredge heart is actually, or dredge heart, goodness, that Jotunheart is actually a lot of fun. I really liked it anyway. I literally had to go 2 steps this way to find this. And then didn't do it! Nice. Alright, into the dredge hole. Okay. What am I doing with all this raw dredge ore? Oh, bringing it to the vendor, but that's gonna take about... Oh, maybe. Maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it and contribute! Oh, right, right. There's like a billion things you have to click through for that. Here we go.
Oh, traveler.
There. Alright, back to killing stuff. Is there nothing in here to kill? No, there's some stuff. There's always got to be some stuff. There we go. Veteran Dredge Exterminator, how dare! No, I think I will not today. Ah, Juvenile Arctodus. What am I targeting? Oh, over here. I love that Mesmer got Axis as their elite spec because the Phantasmal Warden has Axis. And Mesmer couldn't wield them. Oh, welcome back! I'm finishing off the last little bit of this map because I missed a bunch of stuff. Then I'm off to Frostgorge to do, I literally just looked at it. The name of the dungeon in Frostgorge. I kept trying to call it Sorrow's Embrace, and then I tried to call it Sea of Sorrows, and that's not right either. Now I'm gonna look again. Honor of the Waves. I didn't even need to look. Although, I think I'll have enough time to get there. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to actually do anything there. I didn't realize how long Wayfarer was gonna take me. I forgot how long the Norn starter map is. My goodness gracious. It's less long if you don't miss stuff like I did, but still. It's a ways. My goodness, Dredge. How are there so few of you? I'm going up near your door. I think there's more machines out there than there are in here. He didn't earn himself that murder. I just felt like killing him. Bang! No, Dredge Excavator! Don't do it! Your life is worth what? Where are you going? Buddy, did I say you could leave? I said don't do it. I didn't say you could go. There we go. That's that heart. Oh, and I can't forget this point of interest. I did that last time.
The sons of Svanir have desecrated Jorah's shrine.
They sure did. They sure did. I'm leaving that for someone who wants to fill the heart. Because it's a pain to fill that heart if you don't have an event up around it. Source. Did you all see me trying to fill that heart? It was so rough. Okay, now it is time to trade things with Jotun. Like this rabbit. We're gonna be quick like this bunny. Alright, fellas. Five stones is fine with me. Rock dog, please. Alright, that guy gives me 5 rocks for this thing. I think one of them will give you 8 for a rabbit, actually, but we'll find out. Chug, do you still want rabbits? Wait, let's take a look. Nope. How about you, buddy? Nope. Grocker? Nope, I guess it is 5 stones. That's the best we can do for it. Oh, he loves rabbits. I love rabbits too. They're very cute. I just hope I get a key out of this. This was a long map. Are you Trug? You're Trug. Here's some rabbit. Oh no, dogs. That's right. Everybody dies eventually. Some of us sooner than others. Oh, Ettins love bunnies. I've already done that heart in Kessex that's to pacify the Ettins. I love it. I love it so much. I feel like one more rabbit will get me enough runestones to just finish out this heart by giving them all to Albin. He's gonna be so wealthy in Jotun money. Not that it matters, because Jotun have devolved out of having a society. Here you go, buddy. Take them all. There we go. We did it. Transmutation charge. Caledon I did first. I did it without my mounts on as well, because I made the rule for this one that I would get through at least the opening parts of this without my mounts until I hit level 80. And boy was I grateful to hit level 80. Oh my goodness gracious. Thanks, Air. Queensdale's very fast. Especially if you have a system for dealing with it. You know, I don't think they have a skin in-game that's just a box. Ooh, getting to level 80 naked. Very nice. That's wild. Armor's not the be-all end-all in this game, but you kinda need at least a little. So I'm excited to see you try. Alright, finally, we've made it to Frostgorge Sound. I don't have enough time to do a dungeon because 10 minutes is not how long Honor of the Waves takes. Honor of the Waves is a very lengthy dungeon, even on story mode, because the way that they decided to do it, to make it more difficult and or more challenging to folks, everything in there has so much HP. Just so much HP. More HP than is really necessary. Alright. Time to burn up these dragon paintings. Oh, ha. Grawl, you need to get better, Can I set this off like this? Is that how it works? Yep. Thank goodness it doesn't damage me. I'm gonna go up here. Oh, just everything gets to be set on fire. I love it. I don't usually do this way. Normally I just kill all the Grawl. But, this is great. Everything is on fire. I'm a little arsonist. I'm a little arsonist. Yes, I am. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Gendarn will do that. Now, the rule for this is that I have to map complete everything that's story related. The idea is that eventually I will have full map completion. So, I'll get to the waypoint eventually. Especially because now I can use my mounts, so it's a lot faster. It does mean I miss the things that I often miss because mounts take me around places that you wouldn't normally be able to go. But I'm kind of okay with that. You know, I don't think I've gotten into my skiff once yet. As it occurs to me. Seeing Turtle written out reminded me that Turtle has multiple, can have a passenger, and Skiff can have so many passengers. I've talked about it, because I painted it up while I was on stream to make it look pretty. Like I did with my mounts as well. But I haven't actually gotten it out. Where's that hero point? Ah, there you are. You'll the Soul Seer. That's right.
This won't be easy.
Oh no. Nope. I would like to, cause problems for the hero point that I'm actually fighting. Oh boy, knockback! My least favorite thing. That's right, every knife goes into you. Come on.
Stop. I've seen enough.
Ha, the bleed stacks ticked down. Right, back north. We're going north. Oh, it's this spot. This isn't quite where I want to be, actually. No, it is. It's just a weirder way of getting there than I usually take. Not taking the long walk required to get to this, where I go up and then come back down. Don't need to. Ho ho! There we go. Okay, okay, we're fine. This is just Kodan. I was so worried that would be literally anything else. Mostly Grawl. It's usually Grawl up here. Okay. Jormag's not doing anything right now. Or rather, Claw of Jormag's not doing anything right now. Though I do have some visual glitches, I think, from, from the battlefield up there. Gotta get Earthshake waypoint. Maybe Claw will do me the kindness of being up shortly. I gotta know. Nope, it's Tequatl and Tida.
Here to save your people too?
I'm here to execute orders. If anything.
Yep, no Jormag right now. Do I have Sparkfly Fen? Did I have to do it yet? Nope. Nope, I did not. Well, we'll do Tequatl another time, then. Besides, I'm in Frostgorge, technically. Excuse me. Go up. There we go. Okay. Frostwalk Tundra, very nice. We're almost there. Oh. Oh, it's the water. No worms. No worms. Nope, I need the skiff. Need my nice little boat. There we go. I love my little boat. Alright, if I'm doing this right, it shouldn't take me too long to get where I'm going. Am I gonna get close enough? Come on. Scoot, scoot. There we go. There we go. And this should be Honor of the Waves. Excellent. Oh no, my poor boat. Cannot anchor a skiff while moving. I'll show you while moving. Okay. Excellent. Yes, the waddle. Alright, we've made it up here. That is the end of the night, though. Because I normally only go until midnight, which it is in my time zone. I will be back next Thursday. We're going to do dungeons next Thursday. It's going to be a good time. I've rounded up some friends to help me out with that. And then we'll get right back to story.
Search the waters. Some are likely injured and need help getting back to shore.
I went on an adventure. Very nice. That's good use of those wings. Good coloring. What else have we got here? Let's look. Oh, the sword. The sword's so good. I was gonna end off here for the night, but you know what? You know what? We can do dungeon. Absolutely do Honor of the Waves. Honestly, we could probably 3-man it, but I might as well put the thing out. It's just going to be the story path. Because it's part of the story, and I'm doing the personal story right now. Goodness gracious, they made this so so separated and yet so difficult for me to, Oh yes, I suppose I should party up.
Search the waters for castaways. Some are likely injured and will need help getting back to shore.
Let's see if I can get a good click on use. There we go. There we go. All right, let's try this again. I like that everything's separated out because it's easier to find if you know what you're looking for. However, it's hard to find what you're looking for sometimes. Oh, my skip is anchored. That explains that. All right. Oh, right.
Search the waters for castaways. Some are likely injured and will need help getting back to shore.
There we go. We'll see if anyone responds at all. Okay, that's cool. Did they... Is that an emote tone? Or is that just... I didn't expect there to be actual magical lights going. Is that an emote tone, or is that something that you've got, like a gizmo that you've got? Oh! Yes! Excellent. I haven't pre-ordered yet, but I am absolutely absolutely on it. Oh!
Search the waters for castaways. Some are likely injured and will need help getting back to shore.
Slash commands. You can never call dances no matter how. Oh! Very nice. Can I... Oh, yeah, we can just do this now. This is great. Alright. We'll get started on the dungeon.
Do you need my help?
Not like that, apparently. They used to let you in. People will either join in or they won't. But honestly, story mode you can do just because. It's been a long time since I've done story mode. I will caution you all now. I may not remember how to do parts of this, but that's fine.
Our ship is under assault.
That's
by
true.
the surface
Too many
patrol
people for
men.
story mode, really.
The voice, our spirit's ruler, is going now.
I like having a few extra
We
people
must
around, though,
save
because
her.
I'm a little squishy. Just a little bit.
This is suicide. Let us come back with more people.
No, time is of the essence. I will go alone if I have to.
We've already got the results of this one. We got the letter.
None of the others seem to care if I live or die.
We care.
Let my legend come to its end.
We must go now. I fear for the voice.
This is a fool's errand, Eddie.
Oh, we're going with her.
I am a fool.
She'll be fine. Alright, I think it was this way.
Slay those who oppose.
Oh, heck off, Sons of Svanir. Nobody likes you. Name one time somebody liked you. You can't. Never happened. Alright, there we go.
Shut still.
I got way too far out here. As I'll do. Oh boy. There we go. More ice broods. Ah, yes, of course, this champ. 9. Let's deal with his break power. There we go. That's that. Right, I already broke him. There's nothing shooting at me.
Venture in a strange land.
It's on that body. Didn't realize she'd fallen so far.
Alright, fellas. In case anyone watching this later, especially on YouTube, is wondering what's going on here, the voice and the claw are, for Kodan, are sort of, they're the leaders of the area that you're in, usually. They're effectively religious figures. They have a spiritual connection to, Koda's flame. And Dragon, Jormag that is, has managed to turn a couple of them to, you know what, we're gonna fight the Goliath. Terrible idea, but we're gonna do it. Yeah, Jormag has managed to turn the voice to Dragon. And that's bad. Oh wait, is it this way? I don't think it... No. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's back this way. I am crazy. It's back this way. Yep, Chamber of Honor's voice. Yeah, I think that's path 2. I don't do dungeons often, but when I do them, we have a sort of... We have a way of going about them.
This is the voice's lair. Who are you?
I serve the hunter known as Odin's Bane.
Kuleg the
Your
Fallen.
precious voice is our prey. She can run all she wants, but we'll find her and turn her into one of Jormag's minions.
I'm glad...
Now die!
I'm glad whoever was voicing this guy was having a good time. I swear, if I have to fight underwater in this, I'm gonna be so mad. Alright, I'll write you. Away you go. Oh. Thankfully, I can teleport? Never mind then. This guy is a pain. Thank goodness for Reaper Shroud. I can't believe I'm still healing over here. This is insane. This shouldn't be possible. This is why we bring friends!
She's gone.
We must find her before this Coden's Bane does.
The voice and the claw share a bond.
Yep.
I feel her. She is deeper within the sanctuary. She is in great pain.
We will find her. We cannot abandon her to Jormag's minions.
Alright. Am I alive? Yeah, I'm alive! Alright, now we go back out. I think.
Do you have any idea what's going on here? Stop and assess the situation. That's what the old heir would do.
Okay, now we go across the bridge.
Switch off here.
Yes, but we must follow the voice. Her pain calls to me.
We got a champ Goliath to fight over here. Okay, I didn't lose my mind apparently. I was just early. But I do think that might be path 2 as well. Or path 3, maybe? Been a bit since I've done this dungeon. Alright, come on, nice Brood Goliath. Down you go. Yeah, that's right. Got a lot of bleed for ya. Oh no, something terrible has happened. Something terrible and completely unexpected. How could this be? Alright, Hervella the Lost. Oh, he doesn't get to talk. He just is down here. Wild. There he goes. That's what he gets. Oh. There's just a firing squad out here. Okay. As one does. That's not the way to go. Is it down? Is that what... Is that where I'm going? I can never remember with these things. Well, this is certainly deeper into the sanctuary, but I also feel like this is the wrong way. We'll find out!
Another set of tracks. Why are they splitting up?
Nope, it wasn't the wrong way. We're fine. Oh no, is this this? Yeah, it is. Yep. But first... Ice Brood. Reaper's great. I love Reaper a lot. I also use Reaper a ton in World versus World because, I mean, second health bar. Excuse me? Ice Brood Elemental, how dare you? Unacceptable. Wait, I'm meant to be examining those torches and causing those to be on fire so that the ice won't melt. Yeah, that's what I'm meant to be doing. There we go. This should make it go a lot faster now that I actually did the thing that's required. That was a hazard of the old game, though. Sometimes you wouldn't necessarily know what you needed to do. Get out of here, Elite! Not putting out the torches. Those are mine. Oh, I'm having fractal flashbacks. I don't need to be vincible. I could be invincible. Wow, he hits like a truck. I don't need to be there. I can leave. Nope, we don't fall prey to the fractal thing. There we go. What is hitting me? Another! And how? My goodness gracious. No! Ah, they put out the torches. Kate, I didn't want to talk to you. I am trying to light the torches back up. I'll hit somebody with something. There we go. No, don't want to resurrect. I want to light these torches so that we can get out of here and stop fighting endless Ice Brood. My least favorite thing. Alright, let's get everybody up.
Help me over here.
On your feet, all the people. I know, right? They just, like... They just do this, like, weird double fist thing. They also have that V-shaped ice thing that the Ice Elemental in Fractals does. In the Dredge Fractal specifically. Wait, there's like umpteen Dredge Fractals. I don't know why I assumed that that would... Oh, we won't stop them, eh? Oh, oh no, ice turrets. Oh, for crying out loud, Icebird. Get out of here. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh no! Got too far out around the corner. As I want to do. Oh, I'm just too lazy today at this. Not even performing my rotation properly. Oh no. Air's got this covered. I say that. Reaper too broken. It was a lot of ice. That's what happened here. A whole lot of ice happened to us. Yep. Get all these people up because they won't resurrect on their own and they are required for certain spots, which is really annoying. Zooming right along. I think that's... No, that's just... There we go. We've got another friend! Oh, whoops. That's not where I meant to put that. Alright, there we go.
Accept the power of dragon.
Probably not.
Leave me in peace, I beg you.
Walk in the path of dragon.
Jormeg is a wild
Receive
one.
dragon's gift. Its blood is your blood.
We're gonna go sort this out. We were a little late. Just a touch. Just a tad. Wow, she's just melting. Oh, ha! She's ice.
Leave me. Let me die with my voice and my sanctuary.
Claw of the honor of the waves, I know this cuts you deeper than any blade. But you cannot let failure destroy you.
Air giving good advice.
I've been telling you. Let her finish.
Defeat is not getting knocked down, but in failing to get up again.
I understand.
Come then, let us eradicate the creature that has slain your voice.
Let's get him. Oh. This is him. Coden's Bane. Yeah.
source is gone, but we must go on. I see that now.
Never let your mistakes defeat you.
Isn't that what I've been saying all along?
Yes, Kate, but sometimes we have to learn that lesson for ourselves. Now, we should find the others. We have a dragon to fight.
Air's learned her lesson! The easiest of the bunch to teach her lesson.
I want that.
GG's, y'all. Oh. There we go.
I am mighty.
See ya. Thanks for coming along. What's this? Oh, I can turn into a bear. This isn't the combat tonic version, though, so I can't do anything as a bear. This dungeon is great. This is one of the first ones I was taught how to do dungeons on. This and Ascalon. Ascalon makes me sad every time. Alright. Oh, the Predator. The Predator's great. I got taught by a friend who had, Eternity. Which is such a good sword. I still don't have it. I have a bunch of other legendary weapons, like... I took a break from getting, Gen 1 legendaries to get Chiquatl. Because it's too good. It gives me a little dragon friend. I've also got the legendary harpoon gun. So I thought, for my entire time playing the game, and I'd been playing for 3 or 4 years at that point, that I'd just never seen a precursor before. That none had ever dropped. Until I was kitting out an engineer and went, oh, I should get a harpoon gun. I've got an exotic harpoon gun in my bank, right? And it was Rage. That thing dropped for me like 2 weeks in. I got so mad to find out that it was the legendary. Or the precursor, rather. So mad. But Predator's a great gun. I've been over this. My win condition is all the Gen 1 legendaries, so I will eventually get it. I'm very determined. I love it. I like it better than Hope, legitimately. Or no, wait, that's the rifle. What am I thinking? I'm gonna get the rifle, too. You gotta. What am I thinking of? No, I am thinking of Hope. Hope is certainly better than Quip. Okay, I say this as someone who regularly wields the Dreamer. Quip is also good. Alright. Okay, this time it's actually the end of the night. Next week, I'm gonna be completing Frostgorge Sound. Probably trying to clean up some more story beats. Because I have some more dungeons to do. But Honor of the Waves is the only one that I have to worry about. Because this is what I just got in the mail for the story. And that means I don't have to do Citadel of Flame or Crucible yet, I think. Wait, did I have to do Citadel of Flame first? Whatever. I'm gonna get them all done eventually. If they're a little bit out of order, then they're a little bit out of order. I did that once upon a time. Yeah, I kind of think I should have done Honor of the Waves first just because of the way this letter goes. But we'll get Logan and Ritlock next week, probably. First, though, I have to complete this. Alright. This is for the YouTube folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know you're probably seeing this a couple of weeks after I've actually done it, but still do the thing. The algorithm likes it. If you want to see me live, come visit me over on Twitch. We do Splatoon Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. We do Guild Wars 2 on Thursday, if that's what you're here for. And we do a survival challenge of my very own design for Tears of the Kingdom on Fridays. If you're already on YouTube and want to see something a little bit different, I do Wobble Dogs every Wednesday, the Wobbliest Boys. And on Thursdays, I do lightly horror-themed point-and-clicks. Right now, what we're doing is Goisha. Previous thing that I did was Gris. And after that, it's probably going to be The Room or something similar. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Thanks for coming along, everybody. I will see you later. Bye!